Well, now the royal historian Kate Williams has joined me in the studio. Thanks very much indeed for coming in. Well, the Queen has been at so many big occasions, important state occasions, but how do you think she will feel about being at the centre of this extraordinary flotilla of boats?
Yes, you're exactly right, Carol. I mean, she has been at the centre of the many glitter and pomp that we could get, and we've had the Silver Jubilee and the Golden Jubilee, and really, this Diamond Jubilee had to outdo them all. I mean, they really had to be a gigantic celebration. And so for that reason, the Diamond Flotilla is a complete masterstroke. It really is. The last time we saw it was, of course, in 1662. Charles II, his wife, a year after his restoration, a year after his coronation as king. A great celebration. But as your correspondent was saying, we just didn't have the variety then. And the river really has receded a bit in the minds of monarchs. I mean, in the Tudor times, in the Stuart times, the monarchs used the river. Now they use the roads. But with Elizabeth, she's really evoking that great time of Elizabeth I, of Charles II, coming right back. And it's an incredible celebration. I think really for Elizabeth, it's a great moment of history, really. And she can look back right to all the kings and queens before her. Her monarchy is much changed. It's not like theirs. But she is, in a sense, in a very similar position.
It's interesting the way that the Queen has managed to retain not just the affection but the enthusiasm of the public, even at a time of a lot of great economic difficulties and so on across the country.
Yes, exactly, and this is a great celebration. I mean, when we think we are really, some of us, devoting 4 days to celebrating the Queen's Jubilee. It's bigger than the royal wedding that we saw last year. It's a gigantic celebration, and really I think that it partly is because we are in times of austerity that we are seizing the chance to celebrate, really, in street parties with our neighbours. And I think we are also remembering the Queen. I mean, when she came to the throne in 1952, our country was completely different. 2 in 3 of us were manual labourers. Our lives were about the much smaller communities. Our lives were kind of constrained or defined by the pub and the football ground. And now we travel and we have the global world and we're on the internet, and life is completely different. And also the British kind of reach has been much reduced under her reign. It began in the reign of Queen Victoria and her father, but with her it's getting much smaller. And so it's been this incredible reign, and really, to me, the Queen is the 20th century. She's seen it all.
And when she first came to the throne, there were people who had concerns. She was a woman, she was relatively young, inexperienced. Extraordinary how she has managed to carve out this role, perhaps with greater aplomb than any other monarch across the world at the moment.
Yes, Carol, I mean, you know, she came to the throne, everyone thought she was far too young, you know, incredibly young. You know, Churchill said she was just a child, and she herself said she really came to the throne too young in 52. But at the same time, she has an incredible success of being queen. She is, I think, one of our most popular monarchs. And I think in Britain, we do like our female monarchs. We love Elizabeth I, we love Victoria. They're kind of up there with our favourites. And I think this is, I don't know, I think there's something about being a monarch that women are particularly good at. And Elizabeth herself has been, you know, she has taken on the mantle of duty very, very delightedly, you know, shaking hands and every day, because, you know, most of us like having sick days off and holidays. She doesn't get that many sick days, you know, she has to go.
But yet she manages to pursue her own interests, her own enthusiasm. She was there at the races at the start of this big weekend again today.
Yes, I mean, the Queen is a great fan of racing. When she was a little girl, she said, when I grow up, I just want to live in the country with lots of horses and lots of dogs. And someone said to her, what would you do if you were queen when you're older? And she said, oh, I'll make sure that horses always have a rest and no one ever docks their ponytail. She loves her horses. And I think it's very apt that on the day that she actually, the actual day that she was crowned, this is June the 2nd, she was crowned on June the 2nd, she's following her first love.
OK, Kate Williams, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.